Hello everybody, and today I'll be sharing with you what I think are the top 5 best budget lenses for your Canon DSLR. So at number 5 we have the Sigma 17-70 F2.8 to F4 lens. So when you actually come to think of it, this lens is actually sort of like a super 18-55. But still, 17-70, the range is actually quite useful. It's from a nice wide angle to a medium telephoto range. So although it's a variable aperture and it's not like a constant f2.8 or a constant f4, but f2.8 to f4 is actually pretty good, and it's going to be a whole lot more useful than the standard f3.5 to 5.6. At number 4, we have the Canon EF 85mm f1.8 USM lens. Now this may not be the cheapest lens you can think of, but when it's considered from a value for money point of view, this is actually a lens to consider. Now the focal length and bokeh from this lens are amazing for portraits, and it's a whole lot cheaper than the 85 1.2. Coming in at number 3, we have the Canon EF 40mm f2.8 pancake lens. So apart from its fancy flat pancake shape, this lens is also pretty sharp. Now the build quality is also very good for a lens of this price, and you even get a metal mount. Now an f2.8 might not be the most exciting for a standard prime lens, but it's a laid back, lightweight and very small lens, so it's wonderful for travel photography. And so with this lens you have the advantage of form factor, quality and value for money price. Coming in at number 2, we have the Canon EFS 55-250 f4-5.6 IS Mark II lens. So this is actually a pretty small lens considering it's actually a super telephoto zoom. It covers a pretty long range, 55-250, longer than 70-200, and it's probably the cheapest decent super telephoto lens you can ever find. Now although the quality of this lens is nowhere near top end, but it's not bad either. So f4-5.6, it's pretty usable during daytime, but then this lens is simply not designed to be used during nighttime, because f4-5.6 is barely usable during nighttime at a focal length of this range. But still, you actually get a lot out of this lens for such a cheap price, and some super serious super telephoto reach, because this lens is an EFS lens. That means it will only fit on APS-C crop censored bodies, so that gives you an equivalent focal length of 88 to 400 mm. So 400 mm, that's actually pretty far. So this lens has a micro motor, which isn't the best focusing motor around, but still if you want slightly better autofocus, you can always get the slightly pricier STM version. Now in the number 1 spot, the best budget lens so far that I know of is the Canon EF 50mm f1.8 Mark II. Now you simply can't beat the 50-1.8 when it comes to budget. Now although the build quality of the 50-1.8 is almost toy grade, but the images you get out of it says otherwise. Now this lens is really cheap, but the possibilities with this lens are almost endless. So it's a 50mm lens that does its job just fine. So the images are very sharp when you stop it down beyond f2.8, and with this amazingly cheap lens, you can take photos in low light due to the f1.8 wide aperture. You get great bokeh, and you can shoot stunning portraits, use it for street shooting and much more. So you can get the most value out of this lens for such a price. So that's it everyone, those are my picks on what I think are the top 5 best budget lenses for your Canon DSLR. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and also do let me know in the comments what you think are the top budget lenses for you. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.